They are who we thought they were, and we let them off the hook.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
Talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Are growing out, and the only way the roots grow out every single day and they grow stronger and they grow better is if that we all water.
What? I'm out, man.
What's up? Happy Monday night. Welcome to an all-new edition of Chip and Drip here on the AAT Sports Network. I am Chip and Chip for the Birds, joined by JD Oracle, _Oracle from the D2N Podcast LLC. We are live up in here on a Monday night. We got some things to talk about. Maddie checking in early. Hi, guys. How are you? I'm great. JD, how are you, sir?
Yo, good people. Thank you, guys.
That's probably Ted, because then Maddie's here.
Oh wow, that's hello, both people. I love both of you guys, Ted and Maddie. What's going on, Adam? Yo, listen, like I'm probably sound like I got an echo because I'm in an empty house. So yeah,
I have this wall.
We have this is the last day. This is the last week I'm in Pennsylvania. So I'm a Pennsylvanian for 4 more days or something.
That's it? I don't like that.
Yeah, no, man. I'm sorry.
I'm not a fan. Do not approve.
No, Ted's listening. Okay, that makes
sense. I got it here. He's on YouTube. You're on the Facebook.
On the Facebook.
Where are you going?
I am moving to South Carolina back to coach my old high school basketball team and be an assistant athletic director. So yeah. And Javier's checking in early. I love that. Listen, we got a fun one for you tonight. Javier.
We got a fun one for you tonight. And I think what I decided to do, we were going to do this a couple weeks ago, and then we just didn't do a show because Sixers and weather and umpiring and internet connections and all that stuff. But we decided that we have our topics that we want to discuss.
Yes.
But we wanted to tempt fate a little bit.
Let's do it.
So we are not. Oh, there's another Ted. Weird.
There is another Ted?
Wait a second.
Where's another Ted?
No, because that's your face.
That is Ted's face. And Maddie. Maddie and Ted.
I don't like it.
Maddie and Ted.
I don't like it. Shenanigans. Early. It's too early for shenanigans. It's too early for shenanigans unless the Wheel of Destiny decides it. So tonight, what we are going to do is we have the Wheel of Destiny here, right? We have our 6 topics that we want to discuss. So for those of you who are rotating your heads around your phones and your screens right now, we are going to talk about the Eagles rookies, the NBA playoffs, the Phillies surging, the Sixers officially having their season ended, Doc versus Girardi.
That's easy.
That's going to be an interesting one because I have some thoughts. And then, of course, shenanigans. So who knows? We might jump right into shenanigans' first topic if the wheel so decides. But this is my point. Maddie, at this point, is so excited for this wheel to spin. So you add a wheel.
Just do it.
I'm trying to build up the anticipation.
I'm trying to build up the anticipation. I'm about to give myself a butt ulcer. Hurry up.
A butt ulcer?
I don't know what else to call it.
A bulcer?
A buttser.
All right. So the first topic we're going to go with is making the sound. No.
Oh.
Perfect.
Yeah, let's go.
It says we have a winner, but we definitely don't.
Everybody's a winner here.
So I just and then I click remove and it's off the topic list. You see that?
Wow.
I love it. We might start doing this more. All right. So the Sixers eliminated is topic number 1. I could not bring myself to do a show when the Sixers got eliminated. Yes, and Maddie, thank you. Make sure you vote tomorrow in the primary elections. Okay. I could not bring myself to do a show, and I know you've been doing a lot of talking about the Sixers elimination. So I'm going to start with you.
Oh, man.
I'm going to start with you.
Low-hanging
I
fruit.
want to hear you on our show kind of talk about all of the thoughts that you have had involving the Sixers being eliminated.
Dude, it's just I put up a poll, and I'm gonna send you the poll so you can throw it up for the people.
Yeah, do that.
I put up a poll a couple of days ago, and I don't want to take away anything from anybody. But the poll was very telling because people really have spoken. They had really given their 2 cents. I just sent it to you on Twitter. So
I'm ready for it.
In a second, you can throw it as an overlay. So as a Sixer fan, I was gutted like a fish. Like it was like somebody put a horse head in my bed, even though I know it was coming because I just knew we didn't have enough. I knew that there we go. No, that's perfect. So I put up this poll and said, who is the most at blame for the second round exit? And 51.9% on 54 votes, which wasn't a little bitty vote. It was a lot of people voting. Said that it was Doc Rivers and he's not Pop. And I think this is telling because if you look at it, Doc has never been able to get past the second round except for when he had 3 Hall of Famers on his team. So for me, I don't know why we expected more out of him. James Harden is also a problem because he can't seem to remember how to play basketball when the playoffs start. And Harris is overpaid, but he was the most steady person we had all season. So
correct
in the postseason. So I don't know, man. I just feel like right now I'm over. I'm done with Doc. I want him out. And I'm honestly, if they won't get rid of Doc, then Morey has to go too. Because this is part of his problem because he is the one who gave us the problem with the bench to begin with. We had some guys coming off the bench before he decided to land James Harden. But because of James Harden, now we had no bench. And then he decided he wasn't going to show up either. So then we were just double negative. I'm just pissed. I'm still pissed. Even a week later, I'm still pissed.
So the Doc thing for me is really interesting, and we're going to get into the Doc Rivers aspect of it all with one of our other topics tonight. But I just want to point this out. Doc Rivers has had Blake Griffin, CP3, DeAndre Jordan, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Rajon Rondo, Ben Simmons, James Harden, and Joel Embiid, and hasn't made it past the second round in 10 years. Why is he considered a top 15 NBA coach all time?
Say that for the people in the back. One more time.
Doc Rivers has had Blake Griffin, CP3, DeAndre Jordan, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Rajon Rondo, Ben Simmons, James Harden, and Joel Embiid, and hasn't made it past the second round in 10 years. Why isn't anyone talking about this?
They do, but you can't say anything to Doc Rivers because as soon as you say something about him, he tells you that why are you not asking Pop why he hasn't done that? Why he hasn't made
Pop has made it to the playoffs with less than that.
Get to some of these comments.
Yeah, here we go, right? So Javier, why not all the above? Right? Why not all the above? You know, we know why, but we can't say it.
Say it.
Said Doc just gave up on the coach and the team quit completely. Yeah, the Manscaped voice had to make a reappearance. Absolutely. It's Harden Simmons 2.0. We're going to get into that. We're going to touch on this. This is probably going to be our longest topic that we spend tonight. Because here's the thing. The Sixers, first off, they did not have enough. Right?
No.
The Sixers did not have enough. Now, when Joel Embiid was playing like the best player in the league, and you can't tell me otherwise. You cannot tell me, Jokic had a better maybe statistical year because he was one of the first players, 500 assists and 3,000 points and 1,000, whatever
they
it was.
made up a stat to get this dude to win.
Vorp, right? Vorp.
That shit has never come up before.
When Joel Embiid got hurt, that was it for the season. Jokic played, and they still got knocked out in the first round. Now, the Sixers, after trading Curry and trading Drummond, never recovered from that. The bench was not deep enough. You know, Danny Green tears his ACL, but you couldn't count on him to knock down 7 threes a game. That's not his game anymore. Now, he did it, and that's why you fought back. But when he went down and you started having to play Korkmaz more, and Niang is playing more minutes than he should be. Niang should not have been playing that many minutes on a truly high-calorie playoff team. And you went against a team in the Heat that were pissed off. You know, Jimmy Butler was in that series with something to prove. And I know everyone's making a big deal out of it. You know, oh, Tobias Harris over me. Tobias Harris. But Tobias Harris was picked over you.
Truly. Yes.
Play with that chip on your shoulder.
I'm going to be honest with you. There's a comment down here by Javi, and he says, I truly believe that we would have made it farther with Ben on the roster. Javier, not only do I believe that this is way deeper than this. This goes back to last year playoff when we got eliminated by Toronto. We should have been pointing blame at Doc then, but instead we pointed blame at Ben Simmons. And had this press conference never happened, we would have still had our team. We probably wouldn't have went any farther, but that team would have had a better shot because they would have been playing together for 2 years. They wouldn't have had all this drama going on, all that. That's the situation. Why did Embiid go into the fucking press conference this time and call out Harden like he did Ben Simmons? Nobody's saying anything about that. Why does he not go and say, well, it was a point when I knew we were going to lose when James Harden only shot 2 jump shots in that whole second half?
And
Why
I
did he say
think
that?
that's a conversation that does need to be had. And I've listened to a couple of things and I've heard from a couple of people. And the thing is like, until Joel Embiid is ready to step up and be that vocal locker room leader, like right now, he really is playing for his own statistics. And again, he's playing through pain. He's playing harder than, he should have to. He doesn't have the backup. He doesn't have the help. Harden was he ghosted us in this playoff series.
He ghosted us in this playoff series.
I know Tobias Harris played at a better level than I expected. But again, Maxey had to overplay where he was at that point in his career. Niang shouldn't have been playing that much. DeAndre Jordan was a waste of a signing. These guys needed Joel Embiid to not only be the leader on the court, but the vocal leader in the locker room. Why did the Heat succeed so much? Because Jimmy Butler will not allow you to slack off. And until Joel Embiid says, this is unacceptable. Harden, shoot the damn ball. Doc, call a play. No more of this rah-rah crap.
Do you want to
call a play?
There's something you said really cool. I think that there's something to be said that Kyle Lowry didn't play and they played better without it. Because they don't need a vocal leader. They didn't need Kyle Lowry this year. They really haven't. Kyle Lowry has been relatively quiet this year.
Right.
And because he's getting older, he's kind of like a James Harden. Like you need an assertive two guard. And Adam down here is putting up a good point about Maxey and Harden got into it on the sidelines, and they did because Maxey threw the little pillow thing on the ground. And Maxey's the most happy-go-lucky kid. He's just happy to be here. You know what I'm saying? And you guys are ruining this guy. You can't step up. And today Pat Bev was on freaking First Take. And he was, oh my God.
I have it ready to go. Should we put it up?
Please. This guy was, oh my God. I can't say the things that he was doing because it's not PC, but he was doing a lot of that today.
So the clip that I have is the 30 seconds of should James Harden get the super max contract?
Hell no. I saw it too.
Hell no.
Roll the beautiful beam footage.
I'm asking you any organization you want. You give me an organization that can justifiably look at James Harden right now and say, excuse me, I want to invest max dollars in you for the next 3 or 4 years. Who's that organization?
Anybody.
Oh my God.
Don't put God in this.
I'm sorry, you're right. I won't put the Lord's name in there, but oh my goodness.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You got to be crazy.
No, not crazy.
You got to be crazy.
Not crazy. Very sane.
I'm asking you any
Okay.
Well, Pat Bev isn't the epitome of straight sanity, by the way. He's legitimately does crazy things every
He is not, yeah. And he did some other things as he was on First Take today. He was on a bunch of different stuff today. and you could tell that he was in his bag a little bit. He was enjoying the fact that about CP3. And we're going to talk about that when we get to the playoff stuff. James Harden cannot get a Supermax contract. Now, somehow he still might, but there is no universe where he is still. Okay, so here's what I run into, right? And I compare it to baseball.
Oh, God.
Okay. So in baseball, the term ace is thrown around a lot.
Everybody's not a
Right.
damn ace, though.
Okay. It goes deeper than that. I did a whole show last year about is Aaron Nola an ace? And what I said is absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because it's not that every single team in baseball has an ace. Every single team in baseball has a best pitcher. But there's only maybe 5 aces in the entire damn league.
Right.
And it
Nola's not one of
changes.
them.
And it changes. Now, Aaron Nola is not even the best pitcher on the Philadelphia Phillies. I take that same logic and I apply it to the phrase supermax contract in the NBA. Now, I know there's less players and more players get them, and I get that. But there are maybe 5 to 7 to 8 guys who deserve supermax contracts. Joel Embiid is one of them. LeBron James is not. LeBron James is not. LeBron James right now at this stage in his career is not a supermax contract player.
I think. Okay.
And neither is James Harden.
Okay. LeBron James is better than James Harden right now.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
he is older. So I think
Agreed.
I think LeBron could take the Supermax somewhere. He just has to have someone else there that's going to be able to play. Not
But
willing.
then he doesn't deserve a supermax contract. One supermax contract per team. That should be it.
Okay, so I
Your
have a
Jimmy
problem.
Butlers, your Giannis's, your Jokic's, those are supermax players.
I know, but what I'm saying is I think you're mixing the two words. Supermax doesn't mean you got to do everything on your own. LeBron is still a supermax player. I hate LeBron, and I'm telling you, he's still a supermax player. He won't take the supermax again because
True.
he's going to want to get people around him. But he's still a supermax caliber. He still averaged well over 30-something points this year. I'm pretty
On a
sure.
team that didn't make the playoffs.
Right. But that doesn't mean he still scored the basketball. Like, you don't get to take
Sure.
those points away. So I still believe it. But Harden's not even doing that on any team. You know what I'm saying?
And Javier right here, I'd pay LeBron before I pay Harden.
Exactly.
As would I.
So let's say you switch Harden and Harden on LeBron this year.
Oh, God.
That's a chip.
I don't know because he has Anthony Davis over there, even though Anthony Davis was hurt.
No. You got it wrong. Anthony Davis is not Embiid, and that should never be mistaken. Embiid is a dog. You pair LeBron with Jokic, that's a chip.
Yeah.
You pair Embiid with any one of these other dominant post players, you put him with Giannis, that's a chip. You know what I'm saying? LeBron with the right big is a chip. So he's a super max player.
Well, you saw that with Chris Bosh.
Yeah, it's a chip. And that, I mean, we can't discredit Dwayne Wade, but what I'm saying
No,
is,
we definitely can. You needed somebody who could control the ball and also be a legitimate scoring threat and a facilitator who was willing to take a step back in his own scoring.
But if LeBron is in his bag, which we've seen him at 37 years old, he can still get in his bag and give you 40. I can't see Harden getting his bag and give you 40.
He gave us 30. We were blown away.
Dude, oh my God, is Harden having a resurgence? Did he turn the time back? No, he didn't.
Update.
He was not.
As Ted said, there's no other team that would give Harden the max money possible. Sixers would be outpricing themselves.
Ted, talk to him.
Yeah, we got the short end of the stick. Javier says with Harden, he proved to all our teams he's not worth it, and we get stuck with him.
Listen, this is no different. Okay, this is how I put this out there. This is the relationship that I have with the Sixers is no different than if I cheated on my wife and had a baby with some other lady. And my wife now has to see that baby every weekend when I go pick it up. It is the constant reminder of my indiscretion. Like, we're constantly reminded when we see Mikal Bridges, when we see any Jason Tatum, and when we see any of these guys that we missed out on, it's like our sin reincarnated in a person.
But why do we feel the need to do that so much? Like the Eagles do it all the time too, where we talk about Justin Jefferson and DK Met. Why do we do that? That's the choice that our GMs made.
I know. It still stinks though, Chip. It sucks.
For sure.
And that's what I'm saying. Like this is why we feel this way. Because you watch these things happen with Justin Jefferson and DK Metcalf and all these other guys that went. Deshaun Watson, for those of you guys who missed out on them. For like with Deshaun Watson this year, we missed out on Deshaun. Well, he might still get locked up, but we don't know yet. So at this point in the game, there's still a wash. But what I'm trying to say is we're doing this and we're saying James Harden deserves the max. James Harden has us by the ball sack because he has that player option. He can just say he wants to stay and we have to let him. You know what I'm saying? We have to let him because he has the option. So he knew he wasn't worth a super max contract, but he knew what he was doing because he knew Brooklyn wasn't going to pay him shit if he pulled that shit again this year, which he was going to do.
I just think that, here's something that I came across back in February. I'm not sure if we ever went over this. Jahlil Okafor.
Yes.
Carson Wentz.
Yes.
Mickey Moniak.
Yes.
Ben Simmons, Nolan Patrick, and Markelle Fultz were all top 3 picks over a 2-year span from 2015 to 2017. And one of them
is still here.
Is still in the town.
Yep. And that's Moniak, right?
It's Moniak, and he fluctuates between the majors and the minors. And I think that level of incompetence is where Philadelphia fans put the stock in the draft. They put the stock in the free agent market. They put the stock in. It's not that necessarily that we want to. It's the fact of we have missed so hard on these guys that were supposed to be franchise-changing contributors.
Can I throw this out there real quick, Chip? And I normally
whatever you want, baby. Come on.
I normally talk about this. I've been in Philly for 4 years. I've been in the outskirts of Philly for 4 years. And when I got here, I didn't understand the Philly culture. I didn't understand how people were so arrogant about their team. And now, the longer I've been here, I'm realizing that people aren't arrogant about the Eagles or the Sixers or the Phillies. They're not arrogant. They know what it is. But they hang on to their every game because that's the dream. They're holding on to 2017 Eagles or 2001 Sixers or they're hanging on to those moments because that's Philly sports. Like that is what Philly sports is. It's hoping that your team, you're paying all your money, your hard-earned blue-collar money to watch these guys play every week, buying the jersey, buying the merch, you're doing all this. So you got to have love for the team. But we watch over and over again that there's no repercussions for the GMs and the owners who are going out here just doing whatever the hell they want.
I want to talk about the ownership real quick.
Oh, God.
Because part of my issue that I think the Sixers are having is Josh Harris. We're going to throw Daryl Morey under the bus, and he didn't do enough, and he didn't put enough people around. And we're going to throw Doc under the bus because he's not really a good coach. He's a great rah-rah guy. And we're going to throw Harden under the bus, and we're going to throw all these guys under the bus.
Right.
But when push comes to shove, you look at the most successful franchise in Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles. Why? Because Jeffrey Lurie owns one team. Everything he gives a crap about is Eagles related. Josh Harris owns the Sixers. He was bidding on the Manchester United. He owns the damn New Jersey Devils.
New Jersey Devil.
He owns a rival hockey team. So he doesn't give a rat's ass about the Philadelphia culture. He doesn't give a rat's ass if the Sixers are selling out or if they're winning championships because he's already got that money. That's a problem. If you go all the way back when Dan Snyder.
Yeah.
Dan Snyder, who was Mr. Flyers hockey. And that's when you had Lindros and LeClaire and all of the Legion of Boom and all these guys. And then he buys the Sixers. And both franchises start to fall.
Facts. But the old owner was the guy, the redhead guy, right? That wasn't he the old
Pat Croce.
Croce's time had passed. I mean, he got through all the Iverson years.
Sure. And he was super sick and all that stuff. And he became a motivational speaker. And, Billy King was no longer his GM. Like, they had their time.
Right. So at the end of the day, I can't really say that about the Sixers. The Sixers have had bad drafts. They've had They've had shitty luck because let's say we flip it. Let's flip it for a second. Let's play the game. Flip it. Let's say Markel Fultz is who we thought he was when he came out, and let's see he's the prolific guard. Let's say Ben Simmons, turns out to be the hottest thing since sliced bread. Joel Embiid is still Joel Embiid, and Jahlil Okafor is who he was at Duke. You know what I'm saying? We're having a very different conversation about the ownership here. Do I think they've missed? Yes. But also the moniker to that is that we also thought that, everybody swore Howie missed like last year. Everybody was still talking about put his head on a spike. And now all of a sudden everybody's like, okay, well, what Howie's done. Like, we got to give these people grace to a certain extent. Like, this is his best draft yet. And now if you're looking back at it, last draft was pretty damn good with the exception of fucking Jalen Reagor.
Yeah.
Because Jalen Hurts worked out. Like, this way it worked out.
Well, it's undetermined whether or not he worked out. He's definitely given us more than Jalen Reagor has. And more. He hasn't proven the same thing that Carson Wentz has. Because Carson Wentz in his first couple seasons at least put us in a realm where we could be Super Bowl contenders. Jalen Hurts has not played at that level yet.
So my issue with this is, what people don't understand about Jalen Hurts is, Jalen Hurts wasn't a high pick. So for the value that you got him at, you didn't give up anything. Like Jalen Hurts is a second round draft pick, late first round.
Yeah. So
you got that, and he succeeded your number one draft pick who decided he didn't want to play here. And he's been not injured at all the whole time he's been here. He got you to the playoffs in year 2. In first year starting. So really, he's done just as much as Carson Wentz did. Carson Wentz just got you to the playoffs. He didn't win it. So how many playoff wins does Carson Wentz have?
Well, 0. That'd be 0.
And
you know what I mean? But like,
does Jalen Hurts have 0?
0. So, but that's what I'm saying. So they're equal right there. But the team that Wentz was leading at least was more expected to be that successful. Jalen Hurts hasn't had that level of success with his team yet. You know what I mean?
But that team was structured better than the teams he's had too. So now let's see what he can do when he's got this banging offense now. He's got a stud offense now. So let's see what he does. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So many times with so many different GMs. I don't know, Ted.
I don't know if you're talking Eagles. I don't know. We've had the run of GMs at this point. I mean, I think that you have to be talking Sixers here because now we got Daryl Morey, and Daryl Morey wants his guys, but his guys are old, right? He was insisting on bringing James Harden here. Yeah, we got my man Bagger up in here, Mr. I've been on Howard Stern himself, Mark the Bagger.
Yo,
what's up?
Can we get this guy on here? How do we do it?
Well, here's the thing. I would, but behind the scenes right now, I got something else about to pop on. I'm not telling you about it. I got someone else about to join us.
Okay, say less.
I think we got to go back to the wheel, though. Hold on, I clicked on the wrong thing. We got to go back to the wheel. So for those of you that were not here 29 minutes ago, we have been dealing with the Wheel of Destiny at this point.
I'm intrigued by this Mark character.
Bagger's interesting.
People are calling for this guy.
All right, Maddie's ready for spin. But here's the thing. I don't know if I can spin it because we have a special guest in the green room right now.
Just put him in.
No matter what, we're talking NBA playoffs right now because we got my man, Jeremy Bridges up in here.
My boy. Yo, I'm feeling bad for you right now, cuz I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not feeling good for you, cuz I'm gonna be honest.
So we got my man Jeremy Bridges joining us, who his team, the Phoenix Suns, did not get the schedule update that their game 7 was last night.
No, they were at the hotel in their respective homes. I think Book was still in one of his cars. Chris Paul was at home with the kids, and so I got a couple philosophies about our loss, right?
Well, take it. It's you.
All you, bud.
First of all, I think we got burnt out, to be honest, right? Because there was a lack of energy. You can just tell, man. It just looked like we were burnt out, right? And it's kind of like in football. We all know, you know what I'm saying, that playoff team that gets hot in mid-December is the one that's going, you know what I'm saying, cause hell in the playoffs, point blank period, right? So Dallas has started to get hot, right? And shame on Monty Williams, you know what I'm saying, the coach of the year, for not playing more bodies, right?
Yeah.
For not being more aggressive and just beating the shit out of Luka. Can I say shit on here?
Yes, you may.
For not
Yes,
just
you may.
beating the shit out of Luka, their only basically viable scoring option. I know Dinwiddie got hot and he came on late. But we should have just continued to throw bodies at these cats. What up, Adam? And that would have helped us fare a little better, you know what I'm saying? Of course, one main body that I'm going to talk about in particular is Holiday, the young Holiday, right? Chris Paul has old legs. Chris Paul had an injury. He was fighting through. Chris Paul got trapped because every time he touched the ball, they trapped him. So they were like, okay, if we can get the ball out of his hands or put him in pressure situation, he'll turn over. He did, right? And they just threw some young legs in the book, you know what I'm saying, which we could have did a whole lot of different things. But I've never been a huge Crowder fan, right? To be honest with you, I was excited when we first got him because I felt like he was going to play the type of basketball he played in Miami when they won that championship, right? I was like, yes, you know what I'm saying, we got, you know what I'm saying, Crowder and, you know what I'm saying, like, was it Miami he won a championship with?
No, it was
No, he's. I think he's right.
Was it Miami?
It was Miami, wasn't it, last year?
But he won as a role player. He didn't win as
wasn't he
six-man
with
of the year. Boston.
It was
Yeah,
Boston.
so, but either way it goes, I wanted that Crowder, the aggressive Crowder, not to just try to shoot three-pointers all day Crowder, not the defensive liability Crowder, right? I didn't want that. That's another reason why I felt like we should play Holiday more because of that switch on Luka, right? Holiday's a bigger body. He's a younger body. He could have did and fared very well. Again, we should have just been throwing bodies at Luka to just beat his ass, right? Literally beat his ass for 4 quarters of basketball, just beat his ass, just to see what kind of physical shape he was in and make him whoop us. But we looked like we were burnt out. Legs, you know, we just ran our course, man. So shout out to the Dallas Mavericks, man, for, you know, putting
for doing the thing.
Coach, right? Let's just call a spade a spade.
It wasn't fair.
Coach. He found out what we couldn't do and what we didn't do well. He exploited it, and he
made an adjustment. And he made an adjustment, right? That's what we're talking about. Like Javier's saying here, like sounds like you're talking about Doc. It's the idea of making adjustments, and rather than you coach the game, not the player. So when Chris Paul had 1 point through the first 3 quarters, you pull his minutes a little bit. He doesn't have it. Instead, and I figured you would appreciate this. That's the Devin Booker and Chris Paul that showed up.
Right. Not Chris Paul out there, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we but look, when it's all said and done, we had a great season, you know what I'm saying? There's no moral victories, but, I mean, Dallas wanted it more. Monty got out-coached, right? Jason Kidd, again, you saw him playing some people who don't really play. I mean, the kid they put on book the last few games, you know what I'm saying, with the dreadhead kid, he was just out there to play defense, right? He wasn't no scoring option. He was out there to play defense. So, again, Monty got out coach, and shout out to Jason Kidd and the Dallas Mavericks, and, you know, shout out to Luka, you know what I'm saying, and NBA kiss my ass because, you know, they show a little favoritism and people say what they want to say. That's just is what it is. We didn't fare well call-wise in Dallas, right, at all, right? We weren't getting calls in Dallas, point-blank period. And, I mean, it just kind of started to look like the NBA was trying to sway the ballot of who they wanted to be in the Western Conference Finals, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't the Phoenix Suns. So, you know, so it was a little 50-50, 60-40, if you will. I'm going to say 60-40 because we, you know, seems as if we just bonked out. But, again, if you watch the games, you saw these trends. You're like, man, what the hell is going on? You know, Luka can do no wrong, you know what I'm saying? From the traveling, you know, he's
outscoring the whole team in the first half.
Like to the flopping, bro, he can do no wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man, something got to give. But hey, it is what it is, man. So
let me ask you this because
Chip, my relief is that my team ain't in no more, right, JD? Now I ain't got to worry no more. Now I can just be a spectator.
So wait, you guys are now in the same position as we are. We both went out in the second round. If you look at what's happening in Philadelphia, we are pushing the panic button because, you know, Joel Embiid, you know, we don't know what his career length is. We know where he's at the prime of his career right now. We want to fire Doc. We want to send away James Harden. We want to send away Tobias Harris. We want to trade these max players. Any deal we include is going to include Tyrese Maxey, but we don't want to get rid of Maxey. Are you guys doing the same thing in Phoenix? Like, are you ready to blow it all up because you did the same thing we did.
No, we need another viable scoring option, right? Two, we need two lockdown defenders that are role players, right? We need two lockdown defenders that are role players. JaVale McGee being hurt was really big. Like, let's just call it a spade. Let's be for real about the situation. JaVale McGee being hurt was huge in us losing, right? Because he's so important to us on defense. And then Biyombo, God bless his heart, he just doesn't have the skill set, to be at that level. I mean, he was, he got a 10-day and he just played well and just happened to stick. But at the same time, it's like JaVale McGee being hurt. No, I mean, we keep the same squad. I mean, Book gonna get paid. He's gonna get a max contract. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is because he's gonna make the All NBA. It is, he's better if he don't. He's robbing him. So he'll be eligible.
You want Chris? Contract. Do you want Chris Paul back or you want him to retire?
You know what? If we get him back, he's going to have to go to a role player position, right? Again, like I said, we're going to get a viable option in there as a scorer. I like Holiday as a young point guard. I don't know what the hell happened to campaign. He lost his confidence. I don't know what happened to this kid. But he's always that role player position type of guy anyway. He was never, the heir apparent to that point guard position. But Chris Paul going to have to kick back and take a role player position, right? He's going to have to start to get some way lower minutes. But, I mean, at the same time, when it's crunch time, he's a closer. You know what I'm saying? So I say we keep him. You know what I'm saying? He's under contract with us. But, again, we got to bring in – I say we got to bring in 3 players. We got to bring in 2 really dominant defenders, 1 more valuable scorer, and then a hybrid, out of those 3. So we got to have a hybrid, one that can do both, one that's just a straight defender, and then, probably like a 2 through 4 stretch 4 type guy. And then we got to bring in another true point guard, and a bigger point guard, that when they do play guys like Luke and they do try to get that switch and that mismatch, that he can still hold his own. And we'll be okay. I don't know, ain't no panic button being pushed out here.
So let me ask you this, because I know your little cousin play for them guys. I know your little cousin play for them other Bridges.
Yeah.
So I was perplexed in why they didn't stick Bridges on him with his length. That perplexed me.
It was just a lot of they did again. Shout out to Jason Kidd. They did a great job of switching everything, switching until they got Luka where they wanted to get to, and then they spaced the floor out, and then they let Luka move and shake. So I know Mikal was on Dinwiddie a lot, right?
Dinwiddie's trash.
Again, they were switching. So,
but he did his job, JD.
I hear what y'all saying, but as the coach in me, the basketball coach in me is you're not switching. Mikal, you follow him to the bathroom. And then when you get to the bathroom, you shaking it.
Oh, I agree. But I said it earlier though, JD. We got our coach. Shit. We got our coach. Jason Kidd put together a better game plan, and we got our coach, man.
I like that, but you know what? I will say this, and I've been on record saying this. I think Jason Kidd is a similar player to Chris Paul. So if anybody can figure out Chris Paul, it will be Jason Kidd.
And so the fact that you said that's a very good point.
That's a great point.
He had so many problems with old boy. What's his name? Alejandro. What's his name? What's his name? The kid from the Pelicans.
I can't think of his name off the top. Oh, he's about what's the dude that played with the
little light kid? He's Puerto Rican. He got curly hair. But anyway,
I don't know his name, bro. He's a new guy.
Why we was having so much. That's why Chris Paul has so many problems with him, because he's a younger Chris Paul, right? He's an antagonizer. He's skilled. He's a defender, scrappy. You know what I'm saying? Like, get in your face, talk shit to you. That's who he is. So that's what Chris Paul was when he was younger. So yeah, you're right. Jason Kidd is and was a similar player to Chris Paul. So of course, and again, we got our coach, right? So gentlemen, hey. Appreciate y'all having me on. I gotta hop off here real quick. I gotta do some administrative things, send a couple emails, make sure tomorrow set up properly. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys.
Yeah, man.
All right, bro.
Appreciate you popping on real quick.
Huh?
I appreciate you popping on real quick. We were talking that, so I'm like, I gotta get him on, right?
I was like, hell yeah. Hey, and it still goes, son. It's still Bird game to the goddamn death for me, man. I'm out of y'all, man.
Let's go.
Damn right. So just so you know, you grossed out Javier with the going to the bathroom and then shaking it for him piece. So just so you appreciate that.
That's what I tell any young defensive player. Listen, like if we're putting you in to play defense, I don't care if you shoot a shot the whole entire game. I don't need you out there for your offense. If I put you in there for offense, I would have said shoot a lot. If I told you to stick on this man, I want you to go everywhere with this guy. Everywhere.
I agree. All right, so we kind of did a little bit of the NBA playoffs. It might come up again. There's more NBA playoffs we can chat about, but
Take away.
I'm spinning the damn wheel.
We're gonna get canceled. I love it. Let's go.
All right, so this is the topic that you wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
The Philadelphia Eagles rookies. So this is the topic that you wanted to bring up. All right. So lead the way. What you want to talk about these Eagles rookies?
First of all, let's just say it up front. This has been the best draft I have ever seen for the Eagles in the last 5 years.
Hands down, no question.
No
Continue.
question. There's top-notch talent everywhere they pick. They even grabbed a damn linebacker for the first time since Trotter.
They grabbed a first-round caliber linebacker in the 3rd round.
Yes. So there was lots of value in this draft. Let's say this. There was lots of talent in this draft, and there's going to be even more talent in the next draft. But I want to put this out there. I saw an iconic picture tonight. It is going to go down as one of the most iconic pictures of all time. And I'm telling you why. There's a picture of Jordan Davis and Fletcher Cox.
Mm-hmm.
They're standing right next to each other.
Yo.
Jordan Davis makes Cox look like a semi-small man. And I didn't think that was actually possible. I didn't think anybody could make that mountain of a man look lesser than. And Jordan Davis, it not only is taller than him, he looks bigger than him. And there's no better person that I want to be showing my defensive tackle how to raise havoc than Cox. Could you imagine him in a particular set in the goal line with those two fellas beside each other? BG on the end. That's the picture. Dude,
I know it's a picture.
He makes him look like a small person, and he's not a small man.
No, he's not. He's another one where Jordan Davis is hanging out next to Hugh Douglas. Same thing. Makes Hugh Douglas look teeny tiny.
Listen, this man is a monster, and he runs a 4-something 40. I think it's 4.5 or 4.4.
If he can shake out to be any kind of close caliber to what the hype is surrounding him, it was absolutely the right pick, and it's going to be a damn steal of the draft.
He just has to get in shape. Like, the thing about it, what the people have been saying is that he just takes plays off. If he can get his conditioning to match his upside, dude, you're looking at the next Aaron Donald. Like, I'm telling you.
I agree.
Next Aaron Donald. Like, it's times that I see Aaron Donald move, and I'm like, a man that big shouldn't be able to move that quick. He's going to strike fear into the hearts of all types of quarterbacks, even the fast ones like Lamar Jackson. Like, I'm glad we're not in your division, because if he's going to be chasing after small hands for the next 5 years, then I was going to have a problem.
Small hands. Yeah, that text thread between you and me was ridiculous.
Take my strong hand.
But you're right. Like, you're absolutely right with the fact of this one pick was super unbelievably solid. Then in the 2nd round, they get a key role player in the heir apparent to Jason Kelce, the hand-picked.
He handpicked this guy.
And then you get into Kobe Dean. Just those 3 picks alone. Not to mention you're forgetting the fact that you steal A.J. Brown in the 1st round as well.
Dude, this was anybody who has had any slander. Look, Conway says the man is 6'4", 310. In no world is that a small human being. No. That lets you know that this man beside him is all of 6'6", 360. Easy.
And the thing that I like about him the most is that, like a lot of our 1st round picks in the past, he doesn't come with like a chain of injuries that he's been dealing with in his career. Oh. He made it through college pretty damn healthy.
And on top of it, he played in the most physical conference in the league. Between him and the Kobe Dean, they have played, I think I read a number, they had played 70 games while in college.
That's what I'm saying.
They've been to 3 or 4 college football playoffs. Kobe Dean is a consensus All-American. So is Jordan Davis. They possibly had the best defense of all time. And I said that at the beginning of last year when they played my Clemson Tigers and they held us to 0 points, which, now looking back, hindsight being 2020, that probably wasn't saying a whole lot, but now it is. Hey, don't make jokes. I'm still recovering.
You're going to be recovering for a while.
I'm not, because we got a new quarterback, so kiss my butt cheeks.
And we're going to talk about quarterbacks. But again, the fact that, this rookie class, it is the strongest that I have seen in quite a long time. And quite honestly, we all throw Howie under the bus a lot. But there has been a conversation running that he is one of the top tier
executives,
GMs in this league.
Yeah. Look at what he had
he had a couple bad picks in your Jalen Ragers and your J Jaws. And, Carson Wentz didn't pan out. But his trading is absurd. And when he does hit on a pick, it's one of those guys you're like, well, I hope he hits. Jordan Mailata is going to turn out to be an all-pro left tackle.
Dude, and it's not even close because of his athleticism. He picked a guy that nobody else would have picked. He's got to play rugby. I don't even know if he was in the running to be even drafted. Like, I think he was just a guy on the street eating a burger. He was like, yo,
I'm just mad that they haven't brought back the fullback position and made Jordan Mailata the fullback.
I don't know. Okay, so can I be honest and I throw this out there?
I guess.
I think as Nick Sirianni gets more acclimated, the more creative he will get.
Okay.
At Clemson, we do a thing where they call the jumbo package in offense. We do it on the goal lines where they put in the offensive lineman or defensive lineman, depending on who it is. We used to do it with Christian Wilkins. We used to put him on at fullback, and we would let him run the ball sometimes. In the front of him, it would be Dexter Lawrence. So, that's like 700 pounds coming at you on top of the offensive line blocking. So it's just to a point where you start saying to yourself, when is this stuff going? Because could you imagine, just humor me, could you imagine Jordan Davis playing fullback and Mailata being the running back? They're both fast enough to do it.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it too. So, it's a lot of excitement going on. You get Devontae Smith with the second best player on him, the second best corner on him every play.
Javier, this is big. Just when you're on the brink of hating the hell out of Howie, he comes and does shit like this last year's draft, and you forget everything. Yeah, and he bought himself a minimum 6 more years with this draft.
Easy. Because two of these guys are going to hit, and they're defensive players, which means they're going to probably hit immediately. But they're going to make an immediate impact.
And he did all of it without blowing any draft capital for next year.
Because he still got, if Lord forbid, something happens with Jalen, but Lord forbid it does, and you have to get rid of him, you can't. So you didn't leverage your future. You didn't leverage your future.
It's crazy. All right. Let's go. The wheel.
Let's go.
I love this wheel. It's very exciting.
I'll bet Shenanigans. Boo. Oh.
Ooh. All right.
You got this.
So this is my topic.
You go. I love the sound effects, by the way.
Right? It's just, it adds a whole other level of excitement. So here's my issue, right? Doc versus Girardi. The Sixers go ahead after Brett Brown and they bring in a big name coach. And they bring in the guy who has success, who has won NBA titles, who has
won an NBA title.
I apologize. Has won an NBA title.
Thank you.
You bring in Joe Girardi for the same reason. He's a name. A couple weeks ago, the Philadelphia Phillies were not doing what they needed to do, and the calls for his head on spikes began.
Yes.
Here's my question that I want to have a conversation about. Okay. And I know where you're going to end up with it because I've had 4 minutes of a conversation with you in my life. Are the two the same? And why are we so quick to want to fire Doc, who comes in with this championship caliber resume, but Girardi, we are not necessarily on the same brink of? And as Philadelphia fans, again, you're my outsider here. As Philadelphia fans, are we too quick to just want to bag the coach and not let them build something?
This is a loaded question, but
super loaded.
Javier is actually quite right because we're hiring coaches based on previous success. And you're not looking at the previous successes of both coaches like this. the success that Doc Rivers has had at Boston, that he had with Boston, he had 3 Hall of Famers on the team.
And
Girardi's
success with the Yankees, you're talking one of the great. I could have managed the team to a World Series title. We always joke about that. Conaway and I always joke about that. I could have managed that team to a World Championship, right? It's not that big of a separation, right? You had Jeter, you had Rivera, you had all those Yankees.
Did you have A-Rod?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And I'm pretty sure they had CC too at that time.
Yep.
So I mean, listen, I'm going to tell you this Yankees team that Girardi managed and the years of Doc Rivers was in my wheelhouse. I watched a lot of sports back then. And to be completely honest, Javier is not wrong. Like, I mean, he's saying he's been dramatic, but he's not wrong. Like, we're basing their previous successes, which is some of them are a decade away. Like, Kevin Garnett almost retired like 10 years ago. They're in the Hall of Fame already. They're inducted. So we're looking at
their names are in the rafters already.
Yeah, like these guys are inducted into places. Like playoff Rondell was a baby then. You know what I'm saying? So we're in a mindset where we're saying Doc is one of the top 75 coaches of all time. And they're saying the same thing about Joe Girardi. But when
he's not. He's got 1 title, and he's got, I think, just under a 500 record for his career.
Which one? Girardi or
Girardi?
What I'm telling you is that there are a lot of coaches that don't have those. So look at how low we've set the bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, and that's what I tell people all the time. Look at how low we set the bar, because we're looking at things now where, oh, well, you got it. That qualifies you. And the only time that it disqualifies you, it should be a thing where, okay, you got to get the wins, and now we can use it to qualify you. Like, there's no way that you can look at Doc Rivers and you can look at Steve Kerr and say they're equal.
They're not.
Kerr's a better coach. Period.
He's a better coach, and he's had proven success more recently. It's the same thing. I think that we get so set on keeping guys in their tiers where they max to that we don't realize that there is a drop-off.
Have you noticed that how every time that they talk about Doc Rivers, he always brings up Popovich?
Every damn time.
You know why he does that?
Because Pop's the greatest.
Because he keeps trying to use that because he's the next one in his list that he has to catch up with. So he used the next one up. Like, no, of course we're not talking about Popovich, because Popovich doesn't lose these type of games. You're trying to reach Pop. And honestly, to be real with you, completely honest, he doesn't say Phil Jackson or Pat Riley. Why not? Why not?
Because they were unquestionably greater.
Okay, well, Kerr's better than him. You can't put
yourself in that conversation.
Kerr's better than him too. Look at the wins that Kerr has. In the
short amount of time. What I'm saying is you can't put yourself in that conversation. Like, there is a tier of, you know, I'm on this tier. I know where I'm at. And then there's a tier of someone has to say, someone of a reputation has to say you're on that tier.
Yes.
You know what I mean? LeBron, people being like, oh, he's on Michael Jordan's tier. That's something that is unquestioned. But you're not going to have Devin Booker going, well, you wouldn't say that about LeBron. You wouldn't say that about Michael Jordan. But you're saying it about me.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just what we're at right now. Like, we're at it's like
I think the thing that, like, what I was trying to say is people, once they get to whatever tier that they max out on, want to stay on that tier. You're seeing it with Harden. You're seeing it with Doc. You're seeing it with Girardi. You're seeing it with, I mean, like, Tom Brady's still competing, so he's still on that tier. But there is a drop-off as you get older for most human beings. Tom Brady is an alien. Aaron Rodgers isn't even that good. He is a great statistical quarterback. He cannot win the big game. He cannot win the big game.
And I'm going to say this, and I hate saying this because I have crazy respect for Aaron Rodgers as a football player. He's overrated.
Agreed.
Because of his arm talent. Like, he's probably the most arm talented guy. But if you put him and Peyton Manning in the same conversation, I'd slap the shit out of you. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
They're not the same guy. Like, Peyton. It's a real close race. But I'll tell you this: the 3 greatest quarterbacks that I've seen in my lifetime are Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, and if I'm gonna be real, I hate saying this because I hated him in the end of his career. But Ben Roethlisberger. I'm sorry. Like, I know people are gonna hate me for it, but I don't give a shit. Like,
so for me, I used to say that Tom Brady wasn't in the great quarterback conversation. He was in the greatest NFL player conversation.
Wow, that's high praise, dude.
Right? Like, he's not that great of a quarterback, but he just constantly wins. Looking at what he's doing now at the tail end of his career, I think you have to change that a little bit. I do think that he's up there, but I think the greatest quarterback to play the game that I've seen is Peyton Manning. No question. And Ted, that's exactly what I was going to say. He's my Ben Roethlisberger. He's my number 3. Drew Brees.
That's fair.
Drew Brees, you're talking about a guy who, again, surgically repaired shoulder and had unbelievable, unquestioned levels of success in 2 different programs, won championships after those surgeries, and became Mr. Louisiana. Whereas Ben Roethlisberger was hot early on in his career, and the rest of his career, he kind of stayed.
Well,
he kind of stayed at a high level,
right,
but very even.
But I think when it comes to that is I think that Tom Brady ruined a lot of people's career. Like, I think when you say this type of thing, like it's like when you say about Michael Jordan, there's a whole lot of Hall of Famers that played against Jordan, but there's not a whole lot of Hall of Famers with championships when Jordan played. The same way that you can talk about Tom Brady, there's a whole lot of Hall of Famers, right? We're going to say Ben Roethlisberger, we're going to say Aaron Rodgers, we're going to say all these guys, Drew Brees, but they still had to go through the GOAT. And not a lot of them picked up a dub. And really, the only real killer is if your last name is Manning. Like, that's really the only thing that kills the guy. Or if you beat.
But I would not say that Eli Manning is a great quarterback.
Unfortunately, you have to.
No, you don't. You can say that he won the games, but for the most part, outside of those couple of years where he did lead his team to championships, but they went in as 6 seeds.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't, Chip. Like, unfortunately, we can't use the opposite argument to disqualify this guy. Eli Manning is just as potent because he won the games. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers because he didn't win them. So we have to use the same logic because he did win them.
You're right.
He did win them. Like, unfortunately, I don't think that Eli is this great, profound quarterback, but I think he knows how to win. And he knocked out the GOAT when he won them. He took him out. You got to beat.
I'll give you that.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll say this. I watched for years while the Patriots ran amok in the AFC because I'm a Steelers fan. He took championships from the Steelers who had great teams, great defense, and good offenses. And I watched Tom Brady and Belichick find a way to screw him out of it. You know what I'm saying? There won't be another Tom Brady for a long time, and I agree.
So I think there's not one quarterback right now to replace him. I think the only one – there's 2 right – there's 3 right now that could do it.
Let's see.
Mahomes, but he is very much a system quarterback.
Yes, and he needs pieces around him.
I think Herbert is up there if he gets pieces around him as far as quarterback play.
Okay, I'm here for it.
Joe Burrow.
Ooh.
Now, it's way too early to say that they're even in the same tier.
So you're not going to give me Josh Allen? Dude, there's so – and I'm going to say this because if I know what we're saying. There's so many great quarterbacks. Like, we've never seen –
and they're all in the AFC. They're all in the damn AFC right now.
It's hard to – you know, I'm going to say this. I'm going to go on record saying this. I've never been more excited to watch football than this season.
Yeah.
This offseason has moved so many things around, and they've shaken up so much that I'm looking forward to September. And normally I look forward to college football, but I'm looking super forward to NFL football. And that's Eagles and Steelers. I just want to see how it's going to go.
Javier said Brady did it with nothing. You're already talking about these quarterbacks with the if they have this and if they have that. I mean, Joe Burrow led a team without having no offensive line. No. Herbert, again, he's young. Mahomes has a multitude of weapons. And Allen, again, multitude of weapons as well. And he's playing in that cold AFC East. I mean, I think that Brady is a caliber and tier of his own. There's a reason why he's the greatest of all time. But I think if you're looking at trajectory 10 years down the line, I think some of those guys could be in the conversation of excellence. But they got to start winning their rings this season.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna throw this out there, and I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. the AFC is so jacked with like talent for these young quarterbacks that it's really a rat race. It's a pick 'em. Honestly, it really is. Between at the top, the Bills.
But it used to be with but hold on. But it used to be with Brady as well, because you had Brady and the Patriots, you had Manning and the Colts, and then Manning and the Broncos. You had Roethlisberger with the Steelers.
Yeah.
You had Breeze for a while when he was with the Chargers. Like, it wasn't always just Brady. You always had one of those top caliber quarterbacks with there.
And then in the middle,
it's just that Brady came out the best.
Then in their middle, you had Joe Flacco win one.
Shut your mouth.
Joe Flacco won one in the middle. I'm just saying.
Shut your damn mouth.
With Ray Allen. I mean, with Ray Lewis.
This is where the wheel is throwing us off. We don't know which sport we're talking about anymore.
Oh God, let's hit one more. Can we do one more spin? Can we get the
man? Come on now.
I know
it's a sound effect for me.
It is a sound effect. We already hit the NBA playoffs. We already took
real quick. Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals. Who you got?
Boston.
You got Boston coming out of the East. Who's coming out of the West?
West, I got the Warriors.
Really?
Boston, Golden State.
And who got winning the damn thing?
Because he's a hometown guy, I'm going to go with Curry and Clay just to get it done.
Yeah, I don't think that the Mavs have enough to get past the Warriors. And I think that the Eastern Conference Finals are going to be good, but I do think Miami has more than Boston does. So I got a Boston Golden State. Or no, sorry, I got a Miami Golden State final.
So can I give you a little reason behind why I'm picking Boston?
Let's go.
I know I love Spoelstra as a coach, right? I've been on record saying he's one of the greatest coaches that I believe that we have right now still. But I believe in this particular situation, they're going to be outgunned and outmanned. There's nobody on the team to stick both Tatum and Brown. And when Tatum decides to score, there's nobody. He's a lot like a Doncic. Like, once he kind of gets on, when he starts cooking, it's hard to stop him. And then they have games where guys like Williams, and Big Williams is there too. I forgot they got the center Williams. He's back and he's playing more healthy. So they got a lot of guys. And shout out to the coach. I can't say his last name worth of shit. He used to be a coach for the Sixers. Again, which is another one of our losses in life. And he's married to Nia Long. So that's also another.
But don't worry, we got booster seat Rivers on our bench.
Glenn. But
booster seat.
So I feel like with that combination, in the way that we'll kind of see the chess match go, I think that Pat Riley has done an amazing job. I think that, Spoelstra's done an amazing job. Like I said, it kind of is a pick 'em. I just think I think it's Boston's time. I think and it's going to be a big middle finger to all those people who said they should have tore it down and got rid of the team and got rid of Brown. So it's going to be a super middle finger to those guys. Shout out to Boston.
All right. We're either talking Phillies or we're having some shenanigans to wrap it.
God, I want shenanigans. Dude, I've never seen anything more 50-50 than that.
Phillies won 3 out of 4 in LA over the weekend.
Yeah.
Then the bullpen blew it. So here's the thing about the Phillies right now. Right now, their offense is tops in the league. Their pitching is 30th. Well, they ranked 23rd in ERA, 24th in home runs allowed, 22nd in batting average, and most of it's against the bullpen. How did we still not fix the damn bullpen?
Because it's like, what the issues are, but you got to go find the guys. We don't have a farm system. So let's be honest. The farm system sucks ass cheeks through a straw.
It's real bad. It's real bad.
Super bad. Like, I mean, listen, I can probably go and get on the farm team right now, and I haven't played baseball in 15 years. So I'm just being honest. Like, I honestly believe that, like, as long as you can throw the ball and hit a can off of somebody's nose, you can probably pitch. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what they're doing. They're going to be picking up guys in South Philly next week, trying to find out if they can find a guy that can throw a slider. I'm just at a point now where I'm just done with them. I don't want to hear about the bullpen anymore. It's a problem.
But JD, that's what we're going to be talking about for the next couple of months.
That's what I'm saying.
We're going to be talking about the Phillies for the next couple of months.
Right. We're not going to be talking about the Phillies for the next couple because they're going to do this all year to us. They're going to win a couple games. They're going to be saying, well, maybe they're coming back. No, they're not. They don't have the pitching. Even if they play well for the rest of the time, they're going to fall short in the postseason because they don't have anybody to pitch. And that's what it's about. Look at Pujols. I can't say it though. How you say it?
Pujols, yeah, he pitched last night, which is why I think that we need. Matty, you stop it.
Yeah, when you suck ass cheeks to a straw, you gotta get a big straw about this big. You gotta put somebody's butt cheeks in the bottom. You gotta put your mouth on the cheeks and just inhale.
All right, so I have quite a few shenanigans stored up for this week.
All right, cool.
Quite a few.
They got through those a lot faster than I thought. I love the wheel.
Because the wheel is fun. We're gonna keep with the wheel.
She said, "I see you."
All right. So first shenanigan, we're gonna talk about some of these guys that got paid. Okay, so this is the all offense paid NFL team. Please cut one.
McCaffrey, easy.
He's
never available. He's never playing. So shit, he'll cut himself.
Easy. How about the all defensive team?
Denzel Ward, easy.
I get rid of Jamal Adams at this point in his career.
Nah, but he's got championship pedigree. I gotta rock with Jamal Adams.
You ain't get rid of TJ Watt?
No, hell no. TJ Watt he's worth every single dollar. Best move we made all I love this one. Could we please talk about this? Please. Chime me in a bit. Please, can you please talk about this kid?
It's a shenanigan, but it's also incredible. So there is a junior college transfer. He is now committed to Oklahoma, and his name on his mother trucking birth certificate is General Booty.
General Booty.
Thoughts on General Booty?
So many thoughts.
Share me your favorite thought.
Okay, so let's say, and I put this on a post. Somebody posted it. I think it was D posted it. I'm pretty sure D posted it.
I think so.
Okay. I think D posted. Go to the top. I think D posted it though. I think she originally posted it for everybody to see it.
I just pulled it off of PFF, but I think it was a quote tweet, so it's probably someone I'll get who's similar.
I'm pretty sure I commented on D's post of it. Anyways.
I know. I will find it, but go ahead.
So comment on D's post, and I said we have to revisit. We got to wait a little while before we can change his name, because let's say he's Trash Can Juice, then we got to leave the name because he really is going to be Booty. So we can keep the name if he's actually trash. If the name is trash, you don't have to give him a nickname. If he's good, then you got to give him a nickname, because you don't want to be calling somebody Booty that's not Booty, because you have to suck that through a straw. You don't want to do that. So what you got to do is you got to hope that he's good, and we can give him a name like General Pirate or something, because he's looking for his booty.
Captain Ass Muncher.
He said the name literally translates to Ass Chief. Oh God.
I don't know who Brad is, but Brad, this guy puts, I really hope he ends up third string on the Jaguar someday. Yeah, Booty comes into the game.
What if somebody grabs him? They're gonna be like, someone grabbed Booty.
What happens if he's throws like his fourth touchdown of the game and Booty has blown this game wide open?
Or you pick the Booty, like pick Booty was picked off,
or Booty goes for a run.
God, Booty with the 12-yard scamper.
Oh my God.
Booty fumble. Intercepted. Booty intercepted. Where was it going? So this for it to be intercepted. Like, did somebody come and get the Booty from out of nowhere?
Oh God. You know who General Booty throws all of his touchdowns to?
Oh God, look at this one. Ted is on one. Oh my God, this is amazing. Someone sacks him and they got the Booty.
But you know what the problem is that General Booty can only throw to tight ends.
What in the French toast is happening? What? Did you just say tight ends?
I did. Well,
he
it's better than him.
He doesn't even go into center. He's not allowed to touch any booty, so he's not allowed to get on the center at all. He always has to go out the gun.
Yeah. Well, otherwise he is a
Breaks the new
fullback.
name. He's anytime he fumbles, it's a butt fumble.
Yeah, it's a general booty blowout when he hands it to his fullback.
Oh, every time he fumbles, it's a butt. It's the infamous butt fumble all over again.
Oh my god. All right, yeah, me on MLB The Show. Yep. Okay, we're gonna go. That's gonna be a next week thing. I sent myself last two shenanigans here. So these are the best athlete names of all time, and it's a bracket.
Oh man!
Since we're talking names, all right. So you have to tell me your favorite name, and we're gonna do our little bracket here.
Easy.
So number one, you have HaHa Clinton Dix versus Rusty Nuts.
I thought it was Rusty Cunts.
It is not.
It has to be Rusty Cunts, bro.
It's not. It's Nuts.
How? Is it Polish of some sort?
I sure. So are you taking HaHa or Rusty?
I don't want a Rusty Cunt, so I'm definitely taking. I'm definitely taking Clinton Dix.
So you're taking a 16 over a 1.
Yeah, I got to on that one.
Okay, DeBrickashaw Ferguson versus Detlef Schrempf.
Detlef Schrempf. I love that dude. It's like every time I think I want to say shrimp. Every single time.
Every time. How about Slam Dunkley versus Kimbo?
Kimbo.
All right, you got Boof Bonzer versus Lennox Lewis.
Boof Bonzer. Easy.
All right. So let's finish up the left side of the bracket. So you have HaHa and Detlef.
HaHa.
Okay. You got Kimbo and Boof.
Boof. Easy day.
Boof or HaHa?
Boof. I just like saying it. It sounds good. Boof Bonzer.
All right. So you took the left bracket. I'm taking the right bracket.
All right, let's do it.
So you got Dick Butkus versus Pokey Reese.
That's sexual. That's so sexual.
I'm taking Dick Butkus, although Pokey Reese was one of my favorite baseball players growing up. You got Tiger Woods versus God Shamagod. I'm taking God Shamagod. I don't even know who he is, but
That's the guy that made the move that does this, where you push the ball out and you pull it back. God Shamagod.
There you go. Then you got Cannonball Titcomb versus Dick Trickle.
Oh my God, that's easy. That's a no-brainer, dude. You gotta take Dick Trickle.
But Cannonball Titcomb. Come on now.
I don't.
Yeah,
shit.
You're taking Dick. You're taking Dick Trickle.
You know what his nickname is?
Dick Trick.
No, they call him. His nickname is Chlamydia. That's his nickname. The Clap. They call him Clap for short.
So we're taking Dick Trickle there. Then you got Cocoa Crisp versus Velvet Milkman.
Velvet.
I'm taking Cocoa Crisp, but it's close.
How can you take? How can you not take Velvet Milkman, dude? Because it's a woman.
Because you can have cereal without milk.
Dude, it's a woman whose nickname is Milkman.
Listen, the right bracket is mine. I would have taken Rusty Nuts, but you took HaHa. So
okay, flip it.
It's too late. It's too late. All right. So I got Dick Butkus versus God Shamgod. I'm taking Dick. You got Dick Trickle versus Cocoa Crisp. I'm taking Dick.
Dick and Dick.
So I got Dick versus Dick. I got Butkus versus Trickle. You got to go Butkus. So coming out of mine is I got Dick Butkus and you have Boof Bonser.
It's a Boof. I'm gonna go with Dick Butkus. It's easy.
It's easy. That's just and he was a badass too.
Dude, look at these comments, bro.
I know. I was on my screen, so I have to see. Let's see. General Booty wins. He'll be on this bracket in 5 years. What the hell is going on with these damn names? These are all real people.
These are real human beings with feelings.
Yeah. This name sounds like a normal name compared to any of the other ones. Oh my God, Velvet. Oh my God, you get the milk for free.
That's what I'm saying. The milkman gets the milk for free.
It's whatever. Dick Butkus won the whole damn thing.
And it's a woman. That's why it matters.
Dick Butkus won the whole thing. And finally, the salty snack draft.
Damn. All right. I can't eat 90% of this shit.
I know.
It's peanut related. All right.
So you got to pick your team.
Shit, man. Most of these have peanuts in it. I'm going to die eating it.
Yeah.
You know
You're
what?
probably going to have to be team 3.
And I'm gonna be team 3 anyway because of General Booty.
General Pirates Booty.
Official sponsor of General Booty. He's gonna get an NIL deal with the Pirates Booty snack. Watch.
This is tough for me.
And I do have an allergy, Maddie. I'm severely allergic to peanuts, tree nuts, any nut really, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know how he hangs out with me because I'm the biggest nut of all.
This is true. 2 nuts. 2 nuts.
I think it's pronounced 2 chains, but
Yo, have you ever noticed that you are dressed like you're going to Coachella or a rave?
me?
Yeah, right now. You have on a Coachella fit.
Thank you. Thank you for noticing. Thank you.
You've been working out, B. I see a little
I have.
definition in there. You down? You getting ready for the summer?
Try to.
Is Tila getting you ready for summertime?
Yo, let me tell you, that chick outlifts me every damn day. She's scary.
Hot boy summer. That's what they call it, I think.
Summer where I'm a camp counselor. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, you're gonna be showing off the tan lines.
No, I just don't want to be fat. I don't want to be the fat guy by the pool anymore.
That true. True facts.
So there we go. There we go. It's been an hour 15. We've had tons of shenanigans. We tempted the wheel. I think the wheel's here to stay. What do you think?
I'm here for it, dude. I'm gonna come up with another wheel that we can do that's pre-registered, but we're not gonna know that it's pre-registered. That way it can get real. We can get real tricky.
Ooh, what we should do is we should on a Wednesday, just put out there hey, what do you want to see us talk about on Monday, and just put all those things on there.
We'll start doing polls on Monday. We'll get the poll.
Yeah.
Well, let's do it Thursday and run it through the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, Maddie, I love the wheel. I think the wheel adds some cool things. Real quick, lots of great sponsors. Just going to shout them out real quick. Statement Games, fun, free twist on fantasy sports. Make sure you're checking them out. We got aatsportsnetwork.com/shop. We got new designs in the shop. We got more new designs coming. Make sure you're checking it out. Symbol is the stock market for sports, symbol.com. Code AAT Sports when you sign up. Triple Threat Bets at TripleThreatWagers.com. We got Vinny's Pizza and Restaurant in Old Town Shopping Center in Allentown, Vinny'sPizzaPA.com. And right next to them is Stuff to the Grills, which is in the Old Town Shopping Center in Allentown, StuffToTheGrills.com. What you got going on this week in the D2M Podcast LLC area?
I'm pretty sure Prince and them have stuff going on. Of course, my house is completely empty. That's why you hear echo, because I now am homeless for about 4 to 5 days, and I'll be moving down to South Carolina, the home of BMW plant. So I'll be down there. And so next time you guys see me on the podcast, I will be in South Carolina podcasting.
Yeah.
Raise the roof. I haven't seen anybody do that in ages.
I'm just I'm dressed like white man can't jump right now.
You're dressed like you're going to a neon rave.
I would do it.
I mean, you'd be the oldest person there, but for sure you should definitely partake.
What's happening, young persons?
Cringeworthy.
Cringeworthy.
Thanks,
yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thank you for the awesome comments. Listen, we love bouncing back and forth with you guys. That's what makes this enjoyable. That's what makes this fun.
Sure.
Stay safe. Stay dry.
Yeah, definitely stay dry.
Make sure you lotion your motion makers and
make sure you put perspiration, stuff where it needs to go. It's hot. It's summertime.
That's why I said lotion your motion makers.
It's hot ball summer.
And tomorrow, go vote. I'll catch you guys on the flippy
vote
flop.
for sure.
Vote.
Hot
Peace
ball
out.
summer.
Go Birds.
Hot ball summer.